Okay, number 3. Which problem situation can be represented by the inequality below? So you've got 25 plus 1250C is greater than or equal to 2250C minus 95. So let's look at these answer choices. Remember, you've got this greater than or equal to, so keep that in mind. That's what we need to go back to. So A, Charles and Victor went to a comic store and purchased some comic books. Charles purchased C comic books for $12.50 each. So we're going to have $12.50C. And then spent $25 on a comic book portfolio. Victor sold a vintage comic book to the store for $95 and then purchased C more comic books for $22.50 each. So that's what number we'll have attached to that. How many comic books, C, would each boy purchase if Charles' total amount due is greater than or equal to Victor's total? So in this situation, they have it set up pretty correct. So if this is Charles and this is Victor, it says how many books would each boy purchase if Charles is greater than or equal to Victor's total? That's set up right. So let's see what Charles did. He purchased C comic books for $12.50 each, so $12.50C, we got that right. Then spent $25, so you would add $25 to that total. So plus 25, so that's right. Then Victor, what did Victor do? Victor sold a vintage comic book to the store for $95 and then purchased C more comic books for $22.50 each. So if he sold minus 95, and we've got 2250 attached to our variable. That might be right. We'll put a star. Let's check B. So Charles and Victor went to a comic book store and purchased some comic books. Charles purchased C comic books for $22.50 each. If this is Charles' side and this is Victor's, would this be correct? Did he buy them for $22.50 each? No. So we can go ahead and eliminate B. Charles and Victor went to a comic book store, purchased some comic books. Charles purchased C comic books for $12.50 each. That was right. And then spent $25 on a comic book portfolio. Okay, so far so good. Then Victor purchased a comic book from the store for $95. Well, if he purchased it, that would mean we're adding that 95 to the total. And then purchase C more comic books for $22.50 each. Everything's right except for this word. If he purchased that, then you would be adding 95 to that. Can't work. Then D, Charles and Victor went to a comic store and purchased some comic books. Charles purchased C for $22.50 each. Nope, that's not going to work. So A should be your answer. Okay, look at number 4. What value of x makes the equation true? Let's see, we got to solve for x. So remember, if you do the triangle circle, do that, so it'll help you out. And remember, we're moving the smaller variable first. So our smaller variable in this case is going to be negative x, or negative 1x. So do the opposite operation to get rid of it. What you do to one side, you do to the other. So then rewrite your problem. Bring everything down. So 7x plus 1 equals negative 27. Okay, so next step, we need to get rid of this extra 1. Do the opposite. Negative 27 minus 1, put it in your calculator if you don't remember those integer operations, but it's negative 28. So then bring down 7x. Last step. Divide by 7 on both sides. So x is negative 4. Okay, number 5. Justin, William, Sharice, and Cynthia solve the equation below on their math test. 5x minus 8 equals 14x plus 13. Justin got an answer of 2.625. William got an answer of 5. Sharice got an answer of 21. And Cynthia got an answer of 15. Who was correct? We're going to have to solve it. Remember, move your smaller variable first between 15 and 14. 14 is going to be my smaller number. So subtract 14x, subtract 14x. Bring this all down. What's left? 15x minus 14x just gives you 1x, or you can write it just x. Minus 8 equals 13. Get rid of our extra, plus 8, what you do to one side, you do to the other side. So 13 plus 8 should be 21. Bring down 1x. So x equals 21. So who said 21? Sharice. So C should be your answer.